They're the crown jewels of every season, the skins that everyone talks about, the cosmetics that have customization that can make you feel like a god, or like you just wasted 80 levels of grinding. Today, we're going to be diving into the world of Overwatch Mythic skins. The good, the bad, and the it exists, I guess. Hi everyone, and welcome to Dysfunctional with DY and Luna. My name is DY.
And my name is Luna.
And we're so excited to have you here. Today, we, like the intro said, we're going to be talking about Overwatch and their mythic skins.
Yeah. Something that originally, when presented to us, was, oh my god, that's so fucking cool. And then proceeded to be, it's alright, I guess. For some of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want to dive in. We want to dive into them. We want to look at the best and the worst. We want to look at the different customizations. We want to look at everything. But yeah, we wanted to talk about this because this was the thing that was sold to us. This was the big thing at the end of the battle pass, being like, if you decided to buy it, and having all of the customizations and whatever, it goes from one end of the spectrum of, oh my god, all of these artists are, like, we know they're good, but this is immaculate, these people need a raise, to, oh my god, did anyone bother showing up because what the hell is this?
Yeah.
We're here to talk about it all. We're here to talk about the mythic hero skins and the later added hero weapon skins.
Yes.
But yeah, let's start straight into it. We have some footage that we're looking at, so we actually know what these look like. The first
it's going to be on the screen for you guys as well. Just whoever's watching the video.
Yeah, don't worry, there will be visual aids.
First, we have the very first mythic, the immaculate Cyber Demon Genji, which is honestly one of the peak mythic skins in my opinion.
This is one of the skins that when people talk about, like, if mythic skins are worth it, this is one of them. Even if you do not play Genji, like neither of us, we do not play Genji, this skin is peak. This had our hopes up so much. This was such a good showing from Blizzard. From the very beginning, be like, this is what mythic skins could be like. This is the example. This is what I wanted mythic skin to always be. So not only can you customize the weapons, mostly the weapon on Genji's back, you can also customize the patterns that are on him. And they also have custom sound effects whenever you equip them as well. Mm-hmm. You can customize the tattoos or like the patterns or whatever on him. You can customize his mask. Some are better looking than others in my opinion, but that's just me. And lastly, you can customize the colors in 3 different ways. Now,
and we're not gonna go through all of them, but they do come with special aspects that you can get for later on, which come in gold, iridescent, and only a few of them have the dawn coloring right now. But
yeah, the aspects are a simple extra thing. You can only get them if you've completed or have the whole set of customizations for the mythics. But just know that there is a couple other color variants, but just know that the main ones, just as like a backhanded of knowledge,
Yeah.
But I knowing where the mythics come now, I think this is almost Blizzard showing their hand too early because this is peak. This is like one of the best mythics they've ever done, and it was the first one that they've ever released. And I think might be showing their hand too early because the level of customization is what we expected. Like you're basically paying again if you're getting later on, like when you originally bought the battle pass back in 2022, you're basically paying $10 for this mythic. This is like the main thing people would get it for was the mythic, regardless whether they played that character or not. But later on, it was like that was one of the main things people talked about with the mythics was like, well, if I don't play that character, why would I get that mythic? You know? Which I mean is fair, but if Blizzard was over here being like, no, everyone's gonna get a mythic, then everyone was able to be like, all right, we'll see how that goes. And yeah, we will. We will see how that goes.
We sure will.
I would make an argument this is like if we were to make a tier list, this is probably like A or S tier. I feel
Yeah. Yeah.
like no questions asked.
One of the best skins for the mythics. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's no question about it. You can ask anybody that's not even people that aren't a Genji player. This is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Zeus Junker Queen. A little less customizability. Every option, with the exception of the weapon for the Genji skin, had 3 options. This has 2. 2 weapons, 2 armors, and 2 shoulder pads, along with 3 different colorways upon release. The reason why this was uh, the way that it is because season 2, the original season 2, was Greek themed. It was ancient Greece themed, and they just picked Junker Queen to be Zeus. That's just like that's the way it went because all of the mythics at the time reflected the battle pass. So if that was the
Yes.
theme, then that's what the mythic came with, and I think that's really. I just think that's cool. I just think that's cool. Like, I wish they kind of kept that. I'm not gonna lie, but for the
Yeah.
time being, like, it's slightly less customizability, but at the same time, what much else could you customize on this one, though? Like,
I mean, I feel like the weapon should have looked more like a thunderbolt, if possible, or the knife. Like you should have been able to make the knife look like more like the thunderbolt. I mean, I guess it kind of does, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I personally really like this skin because I'm a Greek mythology nerd, but it's definitely not one of the best.
No, I think even for a second outing, this is probably like an A tier. There's like slightly less customizability, but I still think it's a really good skin. The fact that I don't know. I do think it fits.
Yeah.
I'm not as much as knowledgeable on Greek mythology as you are, but I can still look at this and be like, this is clearly supposed to be Zeus inspired. That's like
Mm-hmm.
I can look at it and be like, that's clearly what they're going for.
Yeah.
Again, the light.
It's well done in that regard, but it could be better.
Yeah. Like you could like the lightning in her hands, her hair is also lightning. Her little dagger or whatever is a lightning bolt. But I'd say this is like A tier. Again, if we were ranking this is like an A tier.
Yeah.
Not bad, but this is definitely like I don't regret getting this.
No.
Season 3 had Kiriko as Amaterasu. This was, I believe, Japanese folklore, which cool in theory. People, when this skin released, were like, well, they also didn't like it when Junker Queen got it either. But they're just like, really? The 2 new characters got the mythic? like right off the bat. Like people were
Yeah.
not bad. They weren't happy with that aspect. But with Kiri, I think this does work based on, the theme that the battle pass had, you know? Like you can somewhat like yes, it's Kiriko getting another skin, and this was before the epidemic of a Kiri skin every season really fully developed. But this was still like people were able to get away with this because like again, you got two different weapons, three different crowns, three different hairs, and then the three different colorways. I still like it gives it enough to it's enough to justify it, I think, for
Yeah.
because even people who don't play Kiri or don't like Kiri, they like this skin. And I would agree. I do really
Hmm.
like this skin.
I think it's supposed to be like sun
It's
themed because she says like my
yeah,
light guides you or something like that. Which
yes, it's supposed to be the sun. I played Okami. I know what this is supposed to be. Yes, this is supposed to be the she's like the sun god of like Japanese mythology, essentially.
yeah.
I'm like I may be like boiling that down, but in essence is what it's supposed to be, yes.
As a Kiriko player, I really like it.
Mhm.
It's
As a
I'd say it's probably it's not quite an S, but it's an A.
yeah, yeah. I I agree. I would agree with that. It's got enough customizability, and again, if you don't play Kiri with the introduction of Mythic Prisms, you don't have to pay for it.
True.
So,
You can just leave it in there, and never touch it.
yeah. Season 4 was basically Star Wars. The season 4 was basically Star Wars, but, like, not actually.
It was,
And
yes.
our version of Darth Vader, essentially, was Sigma as Galactic Emperor. This is awesome. I don't play Sigma. The Sigma's not my tank main. This is fucking awesome. This is one of, if not his best skins they've ever put out for him. This is like you have once again two different weapons, but you can customize the helmet three different ways, the armor three different ways, and you have three different colors. This is fucking awesome. I love this. He's super intimidating, and the options that you get make him feel more intimidating. This is a force to
Absolutely.
be this is a force to be reckoned with. It fit so well. The hype of this skin when season 4 came out was everybody loved this skin, even if you weren't a Sigma player. This I could also make an argument as an S tier, at least for me. And I'm not even a Sigma
Absolutely.
player. This is fucking awesome. I love this skin so much. Like it fits him super well. He's like aura farming in the best way possible. Like it's got so much drip. It's just so good. This is probably Sigma's like best skin. Like like almost ever. I love it so much. This is probably an S tier for me.
I agree with that. I really like this skin. It's probably that and Maestro probably are my
Yeah.
favorites, but yeah,
Mhm.
the skin is really well done as well.
Mhm. I
This is
like the
another
fact that
peak.
yeah, no, absolutely. This is like for me, obviously if the theme was basically Star Wars, if the theme was basically Star Wars without it being Star Wars, um, I think they almost took Vader and they took Palpatine and they kind of like they mesh like the different parts of it that I think like worked. Or I guess more specifically like Vader cuz like they clearly he's like the top head of this like of like the like the dark side or whatever. He's clearly the head of it. He just it's so well done. The details of it and the different options look they're all good. There's some of them that I like more than others in terms of the customization, but otherwise, this is peak. This is
Yeah,
another S tier.
absolutely.
Season 5 was D&D themed. It was basically Dungeons and Dragons themed, and the Mythic skin went to Tracer by the name of Adventurer. The way that they did it slightly different in this season's battle pass. In the 3 previous ones, or the 4 previous ones, you would buy the battle pass, play it all the way to level 80, and then you got the mythic skin afterwards at the very end. For tracers, this is the only time they ever did this, where you played throughout the pass, and every so often you would get a new customization or like a specific set of customizations throughout the pass instead of getting them all at once. In theory, it was cool. In practice, it wasn't the greatest because they never did it again. So,
Yeah,
you know,
not great.
yeah. Tracers, you get 3 different weapons. You get to change her armor 3 different ways, and you get 3 colorways. Some of the weapons I feel like are a little bit too big to make, like, they feel a little bit too big in her hands, if that makes sense. There's only
Hmm.
one of them that I really use that's not like blocking my view of where her guns are pointing. I get the idea of them, but some of them I just don't think work in execution. And then you can only really work with 1 or 2 of the armors. I feel like you either use like the actual like helmet or you just have it where it's just like her hair. I don't ever see anybody use it with just the hood. I've only seen it with just her hair or the helmet.
Yeah, I think
So
the helmet's probably my favorite part of it.
yeah, I go back and forth between just the hair, which is her level 1, or her helmet. I never use the hood.
Hmm.
I think it hides her face like a little bit too much to me, or like it makes her head like a weird shape. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um, I say this is like it's not bad. It's very well designed. There's just some of the designs that's just I don't think really work. This is maybe like a B tier. I'd say B. B I think is probably like your standard, you know. I like the fact that it's D&D themed or like fantasy themed, and I like that. I think it fits Tracer very, very well. I just think that some of them, in terms of like gameplay, especially with the guns, that are just like,
yeah.
"Mhm,
I'd say B based on the customization because the previous ones have had a lot more difference, I guess.
mhm." This is the first time they've had 3 different weapons, though.
Yes.
But you can only do the weapons and the armor. So other than the colors, you only have 2 customizations.
Hmm.
So I'd say this is like base level B tier,
Yeah.
I'd say. Season 6 had essentially an Omnic takeover. For context, when this season released, this is where they released 3, what was supposed to be more, but 3 of the story missions that were supposed to be PvE that very notoriously failed miserably. And in that sense, the battle pass was themed around Omnics. So a lot of the human characters were made into Omnics. And Anna was the main star here. I don't care what anyone says, I really like this skin. I know some people thought it was weird, but it fit the theme. Shut up. This is a good skin.
I
It's
really
not
like it too.
I really like it. You get 2 weapons, you get to change her armor, which is just her face, and then you get 3 colors. So on that alone, it's not you already don't have like the most customization. And for me, I can only really use 1 of the customization options. But that being said, the actual designs and the way that they figured out how she would look as an Omnic work so well. And it's such a flip from from what we actually know Anna. And you can make an argument this is a foreshadowing for what Mirror Watch would be in season 10. You can make that argument. I don't know. I think it works. And I think this is cool. This is probably like an A tier for me.
Yeah,
This is probably A tier.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it a lot. Like that whole battle pass, I thought was really cool because you got to see the characters in omnic form, which you probably wouldn't ever get to see. So I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nice like what if or like AU or like alternate universe scenario, kind of like Mirror Watch.
Yeah,
And I like when they're able to play around with these characters in a what if scenario like that. I know some people didn't like it. I don't care. This is cool. Y'all just have no whimsy.
this is probably one of my favorite Anna skins.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's got a lot of good ones. This is definitely up there for sure.
Yes.
And this is where things start to go downhill. Season 7, which was around Halloween time, we got basically Demon Hanzo. Um you get to customize 3 different ways in terms of colors and the weapon, and that's it. Nothing else. This is Blizzard. What the fuck are we thinking of? This, again, on the surface, it looks cool. It's a cool design, but the fact that we can only customize the bow is egregious. Like,
Yeah, this the skin itself is great, but if it just feels like it's just here for the weapon.
yeah.
If you could customize maybe like the designs or something, or maybe a different outfits or something, I don't know, but
Maybe the hair, changing the hair maybe would be another option. Like,
yeah,
this is just wasted potential. It is such a good like it's such a well-designed skin, and it fits Hanzo very well, especially for the Halloween theme, because this is a Japanese demon. It's an Oni, but like not really.
on Rio.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, but it's wasted potential.
Yes.
This to me was not worth it.
No,
This was not worth buying the battle pass for. This was the first time people were like, this is a disappointment. And I think this was a slippery slope that Blizzard would fall through, and I think it starts with this one.
it does.
Because the whole point of the Mythics and the whole reason why they were selling it to us was the fact that you could customize it. And the fact that you only get realistically 2 is not worth selling the upcharge price for a lot of people. And I agree.
No,
That's it, like it's not worth it.
no,
Like I'd say this is like a I don't even want to put it in F tier because at least the skin looks good, but because of customization, it's like a D tier. This is a D tier.
mhm,
The skin itself looks good, but the fact that there's no other customizable options makes it a D tier.
yeah. And it's unfortunate because it's a really good skin regardless, but the just having just the bow being able to be customized is what knocks it down.
Yeah.
Next, we have Grand Beast Orisa, which is also another one that people don't particularly love because you can only customize the weapon once again.
But you get 4 different color variants. Isn't that what you want? Do you want 4 different colors? Yeah, no. This
Obviously,
this to me is another D tier, and what's extra bad about it is that there's already skins that Orisa has that make her look like a bug or like a beetle or something. This is reminiscent of that. The fact that she already has skins that kind of look like this is not good.
no,
Like, and okay, cool, she's a beast. What are we going with here? I feel like this is really clunky and really like messy. And Orisa's got good skins, all things considered, because of like the way physically she's designed. Like it can't really be super easy to make a character with 4 legs like a horse. I can imagine it's not the greatest to know how to like work around, but clearly they've done it in the past. So like this again, it could have had potential, but this is another D tier. I feel like the colors don't make up for the fact that you can only customize the weapon. You couldn't even customize like the javelin or something. Maybe you could have customized like her headpiece or something, make it have different horns or something.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna
Change
make
the
it more
chest
like
piece.
change the chest piece. If you want to make it more like a bug, have it so that way we have more bug elements. But she already has like different like beetle skins already.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, there's good ideas in here, but I just don't think it works in execution. This is a D tier.
Absolutely.
Borderline F tier. I feel like that, and like at least the Hanzo skin has the decency to like actually look cool. This could be borderline F tier because I almost don't think this skin looks good. Almost.
It's honestly, in my opinion, this is where the skins, like, save a few others, but this is where the skins just start to look like glorified legendaries to me.
Yeah, and a lot of people, including myself, would agree with you. This is like Season 9 gave us Ancient Color Moira. This was the first ever Mythic skin that I got because this was still up until Season 10, which we'll talk about next. They were still in the Battle Pass, so I bought the Battle Pass for this skin. And a bit more customization. You have 4 different colors, you have 3 different ways to customize the mask and her weapons, which is just her hands. But you can change the weapon, you can change the mask, and you can change the colors. This skin looks cool. This perfectly fits Moira. The only problem is that realistically, you only get 2 customizations for the mask. It's just the mask looks one way, a different mask entirely, or nothing.
You just get smoke.
You just get smoke. But this skin looks fucking cool. I really like this skin. A lot of people really like this skin. It's Eldritch Horror, but T for teen, and I love that
Yes.
so much. It fits her so well. Like, I don't know, maybe because I'm biased because she's a main, like she's my support main, but I don't care. This skin is peak to me. This is probably like I think this would be S tier if there was more customizations, but I'm gonna put it at A tier. I
Yeah.
think maybe if you could like change maybe like her hood or like maybe more customizations on like the weapons maybe, or maybe if you can even customize the orbs because the orbs are like little eyes. They have like slits, like cat eyes. They have little slits. Maybe you could customize the orbs. Do that maybe, or maybe like her cloak or whatever, like the outfit she has on. Like there could be more to it. So I think this is like an A tier, but this is still
Yeah.
peak.
Yes.
Season 10, as previously mentioned, this was where they stopped putting the skin itself in the battle pass. They introduced mythic prisms. So that way, if you wanted a previous mythic skin that you couldn't get, you can now get it. And that way, you don't have to buy a battle pass solely for a skin if you didn't like it or your hero of choice wasn't picked for a mythic skin. Again, in concept, this makes more sense because yeah, a lot of people didn't buy the battle pass because of the mythic skins because it's like, well, if that's on my main, why would I get it? Let's give players more agency, which again, in theory it works, and for the most part it does. In practice, as we figure out later, but on the actual skin itself, we have Vengeance Mercy, which the theme of this season's Battle Pass was Mirror Watch. So everybody that was Talon is now Overwatch, and everyone who was Overwatch is now Talon. I don't care what the Mercy mains say, this skin is fucking awesome. Sometimes I want Mercy in a more edgy skin and not just have her in like a cutesy pink skin every other day. Give her something different. And this is
Yeah.
different enough. I really like this skin. I don't care what the Mercy mains say. This skin is fucking cool. Once again, you guys just have no whimsy.
Yes.
You get to customize the staff in 2 different ways. You get to change her hairstyle 2 different ways. The masks you can change 3 different ways and 3 different colors. This is, I think, another S tier because of the level of customization you have. Solely based
Absolutely.
on
Yeah.
like again, it's a concept we've never seen before up to that point, and it's executed perfectly. Again, I know Mercy's like a cash cow for Blizzard. They'll put her in anything and people will buy it. But I think this is a good utilization of her. Putting her in something different that's not normal for her, I think that works tremendously. And again, with the level of customization we have is another extra added like layer to it. Because we don't normally see her.
Mercy doesn't need to be cutesy happy all the time. She can be like, people have bad days. She can be mean.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, she's clearly supposed to be like the leader of this new like version or whatever of the world. Like, I don't know. And again, we didn't really mention upon this, but there is some custom sound effects and sounds for basically all of the mythic for the hero skins. Mercy's looks extra edgy and it looks extra cool.
Yes.
You know. But yeah, it's like, do I say she doesn't need to be in a cutesy skin all the time. She could very easily be on the more edgy side, and have her look cool.
Exactly.
Like I do not know why the Mercy mains were complaining about this so much. This looks badass. This looks cool. Like I do not understand how this got so much flack.
It's because Mercies are supposed to be uwu happy all the time.
Let her be edgy for once. She's a 30-something-year-old woman in canon. Let her be edgy for once.
She can do what she wants.
Exactly. Season 11 was basically Power Rangers. This was basically Power Rangers without it actually being Power Rangers. And if we're going by that logic, Ash is Rita Repulsa, essentially, from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But in this case, she's the Calamity Empress. I do like this skin. But maybe that's just because I like Power Rangers, and therefore, by extension, I like Super Sentai to an extent. So I immediately got the fact that she was supposed to be Rita Repulsa. I immediately got that, and I think this is A tier only because you get the weapon two different ways, which one of them looks like a little minion, and it makes a little eating sound if you feed them the bullets, which is really cool. You get to change her crown two different ways, and you can change her mask two different ways. The only thing I wish was changing the mask one way and having another crown. Maybe even changing how Bob looks, because you cannot change Bob. I feel like maybe like one more crown and then maybe a Bob customization, I feel like could have elevated it. So I'm gonna put it like A tier for me.
This is giving Hela from Marvel.
From Marvel, very much so. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I feel like it's not the greatest. It's probably A tier as well for me.
Mm-hmm. I think they could have elevated it more, because for a lot of people, this was like a whatever season. I liked it because I like Power Rangers, so that was already kind of a thing for me that I already liked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wish it had like maybe one more crown, and if you wanted to just only use like the two masks, maybe give Bob some customization, because Bob only gets the one look, which he looks cool. I like that he's like her like bumbling minion, like in like Saturday morning cartoons, but I wish like maybe they could have changed him up like a little bit, or like give him a customization or something. But yeah, this is like A tier. Yeah. Could have been more elevated, but it's good as it is. I give it an A tier.
Yeah, I agree. Next up is Anubis Reaper. Once again, not great in customizations, but it's not as bad as some of them. You can change the mask twice, and then you get different armor types, and then 3 different colors. So not horrible, but it could be better.
The thing that pisses me off the most is because you'll notice this is now season 12 or 13, I think, at this point in time. 12, I think. You like now they've changed by this point in time, they've changed the philosophy on how mythic skins work. Because now they have mythic weapons, which we'll get to later, because that's its own separate can of worms. But since they now have mythic weapons, you now can no longer customize the weapons within the hero skins. Which, considering you're seeing the gun all the time, because this game is in first person, I feel like being able to see the gun with your mythic skin, should be viable, but whatever. But
Yeah.
this is where they start doing it where, let's be honest, the only real customization you have other than the colors is the mask. Because the armor is just adding more and more layers on. Like realistically, who's putting on the other 3 armors? 99% of players that I see only have the final armor because it looks the coolest.
Yeah.
And it's the most feeling like a mythic. The only other customization I see other than the colors is the different mask, which to me, there's only one that really works, but that's just me with my taste.
Mm-hmm.
But like again, the way the skin looks is really good, but the philosophy change because of the introduction of weapon skins. Like,
This is
like
basically just an evolution skin at this point because you start from here and then you just make your way up, and then for the final one, you just have the
yeah, why
the
would you?
the
Yeah,
aspects.
yeah, why would you bother putting on a lower armor? Like, why would you put the level 1 armor when the level 4 has everything? Like, there's no point to it other than
Yeah,
just showing your progression through it. Like, there's no reason for that.
which nobody
Again,
does.
nobody does and nobody likes it. We want a full-fledged customization the way that it was, where it was fully like in package. It's not different evolutions of the skin. We just want the skin looking different, and this is not the way of looking different we want it. The skin
Yeah,
itself, however, the way that it's designed does look good, and I hate to admit it, but it does look good. Again, it's got different he has different voice lines, his ultimate looks different when he uses it. They did put in effort, but again, it's like I wanna put it in, like as much as I like the design, I wanna put it in, like, B tier, because this was the downfall of, like, evolution mythics that nobody really likes, but the skin itself in terms of design looks cool. But again, you would want to get the skin for the highest level. At least, like, for the other mythics prior, if you wanted a specific, like, color or, like, a specific hairstyle or a pattern or whatever, you can just get up to that mythic and then that's it. You didn't have to get the rest of it, but for something like Reaper skin, you have to get all of it because otherwise it looks incomplete and it just looks like a weird non-legendary skin. At
yeah,
least this makes it look kind of mythic-esque a little bit.
yeah.
So it set a bad precedent, but the skin itself looks good. Okay, the next Halloween skin is Spellbinder Widow. This is the same problem that the Reaper skin had, where why the hell would you just buy the base of the mythic skin? You would want to customize it, and the only way to do that is if by getting all of the options. But if you're an actual Widow player, why would you want a big ass hat that tells everybody where you are when you're supposed to be a sniper?
Because it looks
Like,
cool, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, it looks cool. I don't know if it affects her hitbox, and maybe that's why people were like, whatever. But like nothing about this really screams mythic other than the colors and the customization. Like, yes, you get 4 different outfits, but again, it's just evolution of the first outfit. Same thing with the hat.
Yeah,
So it's like, other
like
than
quite
the
quite
effects,
literally, this one, these two are the exact same except one has fire on it.
Yeah,
Same with this.
essentially.
Same with this shirt.
Yeah, it just got a glowing effect now. Yeah. Like, and again, a lot of people complain that this is just a fucking regular, like, and again, she does have custom effects and abilities and sound effects and whatever, which again do help elevate it to that. But if you didn't have that, this just looks like a basic legendary skin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people didn't even know this was Widow when the trailer came out. They're like, "Who the fuck is this?" Because she's not blue. And I get it. She's supposed to be like a witch, right? She's supposed to be like a wizard or whatever. You could still make her blue. This is fucking Halloween. Make it fantasy. But no, she's just a regular, like, human skin color.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks like she's in, like, her, like, fucking. She just looks like she's in a schoolgirl outfit. You could have, like, I don't know, had a customization to change the dress. Maybe her stockings or, like, her leggings or whatever. Like, you could have had different patterns with that. That could have been kind of cute, even if it's in first person.
Yeah.
Having the thought of just changing the stockings or like changing the corset or like her actual dress itself. And again, the evolution part that nobody really likes. Because why would you go for the base level for that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is
It's
like,
just not worth it.
no, this is like a C tier. I think this is C tier. Yeah, you got customizations, but again, why would you want the other ones when you obviously want the one that makes it look more like a mythic? And
Mm-hmm.
even then, this is like C tier, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. Like if it didn't have any of the sparkles or the fire, it would just be a legendary skin.
Yeah. Next is Thor Reinhardt. This season was based off of Norse mythology. Once again, it seems like we're back on track. You can customize the helmet, you can customize the armor, and you have 3 different colors. The only issue with this is that now you can choose to turn on and off the visual effects on your skin. Once again, my question becomes, without those special effects, like the glowing parts or anything like that, it's just a regular ass legendary skin.
Yeah. It's pretty much literally just the Reaper and the Widow skin, but slightly
Yeah.
better.
Because at least everything is there at once. You know, you don't have to level something up to get everything. But once again, only the helmet and the armor.
Mm-hmm. Which why would you just want open? I know Vikings have this all like pretty much they have open chest, but like that doesn't make sense. At least for
Yeah.
Thor, I guess.
Mhm. I wish you could like change like the shoulder pads or something. Maybe like changing the hammer, but again, you can't change the hammer because the mythic weapon skins have been introduced at this point.
Yeah.
So there's no way you're gonna do that. Again, the skin itself looks cool. I just wish there was more to it. Again, it's like it's like we were steering Blizzard in the right path of like, okay, all right. But again, without the effects and like glowing effects and whatever, this is just a basic ass legendary skin.
Yep.
It's there, but it's not really. This is like a B tier. It's like you're getting there, but you're not there quite.
It's better than the Widow and the Reaper, but it's not A or S tier at all.
Yeah. And again, why would you want to turn off the visual effects when that's like one of the main things that makes it different from a legendary skin? Even though there are some legendary skins that have those particle effects.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it's like a B tier.
And now we are back at peak.
This is, I believe it's pronounced Pichu, I believe, or Pizu. I know the X is pronounced slightly different. Anyway, this was Chinese mythology Zenyatta. Once again, much like the Thor Reinhardt skin, you can change whether you have the effects on or off. 3 different masks, 3 different armor, and 3 different colors. Um, I do like the skin. Again, Zenyatta is my second most played support, so to me, this is peak. But once again, I think the way that it was it was presented was like leveled up once again. Because once again, why would you have the base armor when you can have the full-fledged armor with the effects and everything? Why would you want to go for a lower tiered armor? Like, you would
Yeah.
want it to look cool as possible. And again, you'll notice that this is a trend. The first of many halos or circles behind the characters' heads. Why?
They sure do like doing that, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, design-wise, this looks really good. And again, it's one of Zenyatta's better skins, and Zenyatta's got a lot of good ones. But once again, other than like the mask, that's the only thing that's not like built upon. The armor, why would you want the lower base armor? You would want the ribbons and the, all like the the glitz and glam. Why would you want an armor that doesn't have all that? Because once again, not really making it look like a mythic.
Yeah.
At least like the mask to me is the only real customization that gives it anything of like it doesn't affect the way the rest of the skin looks.
100%.
Again, B, maybe even A tier in terms of like, okay, we're on the right path. We're a little straying, but we're pulling you in the right direction. Next is Heart of Hope Juno. I do like this skin, but once again, you can change the effects, you can change her hairstyle, and you can change her outfit. But you can't actually change the outfit because it's just putting more bells and whistles and ribbons on her dress. So you're not actually changing the dress. You're just
No.
once again adding more stuff to it. The hairstyle doesn't change anything. So that's like the only real customization you have because once again, why would you turn off the effects that make it a mythic skin? Like it's just adding more layers to it. The only difference is the colors. The first two colors are like happy go lucky, but then you have the final one, which is her corrupted because she's basically like the leader Sailor Moon or whatever it was of the Doki Watch
Yes.
season. So I like the fact that there's like an evil version of her as well as like a more like stereotypical like cheery color scheme, even if it's not my thing.
Yeah.
Because I definitely like this like black one
It's
way better.
reminiscent. It's reminiscent of the Diva skin, which Diva was the villain in that season.
Yeah, she was. Like I said, the only other than like the but like I said, the only real customization you have is the hair. Because the outfit just adds more to it. Why once again, why not change the way her stockings look or the way the actual dress looks? Like, why add more stuff to it? I want to be able to change it entirely. Because once again, why would you want the basic outfit when you probably want the full bells and whistles and everything? Again, looks wise, it looks good, but again, it's the evolution thing that people are just getting sick of at this point, and they're like, no, that's not what we want in terms of customization. The only real one you have is the hairstyle. And even then, I only really see people with this, the final hairstyle, with level 4. I only really see it with that one. I never see it with the other two, like ever.
So probably A tier. I'm gonna actually say high B tier, low A tier, like right on the cusp.
Yeah. I would agree. Yeah.
Next up, we have Horang Diva, which is a tiger in Korean
Yeah.
mythology.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So derpy. It's just the derpy skin, which this actually, fun fact, came out during like the era of K-pop Demon Hunters, so we love that.
I think it was unintentional, but yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, effects you can turn on and off. The hair on Diva herself and the actual like face of the mech can be changed.
Which I don't understand the Diva because you don't see her most of the time.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah. It's the thought that counts. But once again, changing the mech, not actually, you're just leveling up the mech. You're not
Yeah.
really changing other aspects of it. I like the fact that you can change Diva's hair, but once again, you're going to be in the mech most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's good in theory, but like, again, looks wise, I like the skin look wise, but once again, it's the same problem that the other previous ones up to this point have been, where you only get one real customization other than the colors. Because again, why would you go for the basic, like, tier 1 of the mythic skin? You would want it to look most like a mythic skin, which is all the bells and whistles. I think this is another like B tier. Again, design wise it looks cool, but you only really customize the hair and even then you don't see it like
Yeah.
often.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like if Diva was out of the mech 90% of the time, her personal customization would make sense, but I feel like the mech needs more than what it's
Yeah.
giving.
Yeah. I agree. Again, looks wise it looks cool, but again, it needs more sensible customization, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Next, we have Sojourn's Ultraviolet Sentinel skin. And this was the start of what people in the community have called cyber slop, where it's essentially putting characters into cybernetic like enhancements that aren't needed. For Sojourn, I can make an argument that that's like her whole shtick, so you can kind of like make that work. But once again, turning on and off the effects, which again, why would you do that? Because if you don't, it's just a regular like legendary, and even then, it is not that noticeable without all the bells and whistles. You get to change her hairstyle. All right, good, good. And then changing the armor, which once again, the armor is just adding more stuff that's already there.
Yeah.
So it's not really customizing it at all.
And then the colors or whatever.
The
I
colors are
like
also not that.
if you told me that these two were different, I would like they are, but it's literally just inverted.
Yeah, we're like really close to it. Yeah. Like, I think Sojourn deserved so much more. She's already enhanced, so why would you just make it again without all the bells and whistles? This could easily just be another legendary skin for her.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, this doesn't do enough to elevate it to be a mythic, you know?
No.
Like this is probably for custom like I say customization, but I'm saying that with an asterisk. This is like a C tier. Because
Yeah.
again, it's just putting more stuff on the armor that's not actually customizing it. The only real thing is the hair.
And then why
Like,
would you turn the effects off?
yeah. C, maybe even like low C, maybe high D.
Yeah.
And that's putting
Yeah.
Sojourn, you deserve so much more. Like,
And I'm going to go off track a little bit here. But Luna and I have discussed this that they should just go back and take community like their thoughts on these skins and change them cuz why can't they do that? Like it's already in the like it's in the game already. Couldn't you just change the files or whatever and make it how people would want it? Like I don't instead of doing something else that we'll get along to later.
yeah. Like, yeah, but since that other thing exists, they probably never will. Because if they're already doing that, then it's like,
Yeah,
mm.
you deserved better.
Next is Lifeweaver's Divine Druid skin. I'm sorry, this skin is just not good. Once again, I just like to point out You can turn off and on the ability effects. You can turn off the skin effects, because those are two different customizations now. You can change the color. And the only real customization you have is changing the petals on his back. You cannot change his hair. You cannot change maybe his like chest piece or something. No. This I make borderline like another D tier or maybe even like F tier if that exists in this context. This is not
Mhm.
good. And again, Lifeweaver has really good skins. But once again, this is like, what are we doing here? This, once again, does not feel like a Mythic skin.
Yeah. And going back
Like,
to the thing where they would keep doing Mythic skins for the Battle Pass, this could have fit a much previous Battle Pass that it would have made more sense for him to be in that Battle Pass.
yeah.
Or
But
at
now
least
they're just
during
kind
that
of,
season.
yeah, absolutely. But they didn't think that far ahead. This is easy, like a D tier, if not an F tier, if we were gonna put that in. Like,
Yeah.
this, like, you could have done so much more with this, but you just didn't. And like, don't piss me off.
It's
Like,
just overall boring.
yeah. Like wow. A fairy coded character is basically another fairy type. Like, and I don't mean that because he's LGBTQ. I mean in the sense that he's a pretty boy. Like, everyone in this universe, it's basically confirmed that Lifeweaver is conventionally attractive to almost everybody.
Yeah.
So like, you could have, I don't know, you could have elevated something. You could have done something with this concept because I think it fits him well, but you just didn't do enough to elevate it. Like, what do you mean I can only really customize the petals on his back and nothing else? Because again, why would you get rid of the effects? The effects are one thing that distinguishes it from legendaries half the time.
Yeah.
Like, this was such a disappointment when this came out. I feel so bad for Life We've Remains that this was what it is. I feel so bad.
Like this is one of the ones that if they need to go back and redo it.
Yeah.
Like not even release a brand new skin, like fix this one.
Yeah. Please. The Life We Remains, there's a small bunch, but they are dedicated. Like, please. This man has some of the highest like skins in terms of like how many he gets a season. Like, I'm just saying, Blizzard.
Yeah.
Fix it, please.
Oh wow, I can make the petals look slightly different. So good. Goodbye.
Oh, Junkrat. Cyber Fuel Junkrat. This is at a point in time where they now started releasing 2 hero mythic skins a season, which I'd like to remind you, currently, you have enough prisms in the battle pass to buy 1. And remember, the hero weapon skins are still a thing. So now you have a choice of 3 things per season. And if you're a collector, that's going to cost you a pretty penny to do that.
Yeah.
And this skin's not even good. Once again, if you get rid of the effects on both the ability and the skin, it is basically a regular ass fucking legendary skin that doesn't even look that good. The
And
only real customization,
you can barely even see the effects on the skin without higher level.
yeah. And again, the only thing you have customization is the tire on your back. Which again, in theory, but like, really? That's it? You're not even gonna give me like different hairstyles or something? And the colorways are also just not that good either. Like, look at that difference between having the effects on and off. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Again, another easy like D tier. Not only does this not fit Junkrat in the slightest, but it relies too heavily on the VFX to make it look good.
Mm,
And that, no, no, easy D tier. Again, if
absolutely.
not,
It just I feel like in concept, it's a cool skin, but they could have done so much more with it.
Yeah. Also, his mask with the skin on looks like a Purge mask or something from the Purge series. And I've always thought that ever since that skin came out. And you know what? If you wanted to have the skin effects, why not change the way the mask looks? Like
Yeah.
that could have been an interesting thing, but no, they didn't do that. It's only the one, and that's it. Again, it could have done so much more, even if this concept does not fit Junkrat in the slightest. I feel like. Oh, what have
This
they done to
skin
my?
is amazing. It's so good. This is Divine Desperado Cassidy. Once again, it's only VFX worth, and then you can take his hat off.
Which, why would you want to take the hat off? That is literally the most definable thing about Cassidy is the fact that he's a cowboy with the fucking hat. And his two other hairstyles don't even look that good. At least to me, they don't.
Literally half of his emotes are him playing with his hat. Whenever you use this skin without the hat magically reappears.
So they're like, what was... You could have maybe changed the look of the hat, not take the hat off entirely. You just wanted to have this man shirtless. Which, to be fair, if I wanted that, the internet exists. I could find that so easily if I wanted to. Like, again, this is another wasted opportunity and also a skin that I don't really think works for him. We'll talk about it a little later with some of the other ones, but like this concept doesn't really fit him. Other heroes would fit this concept better. But as we've seen, they've done those similar concepts and they did it arguably worse.
Yeah.
So it's like,
he's supposed to be the sun or whatever. Why not give it to the literal sun character that is Alari?
No, we have to save that for a different season and then also have it have nothing to do with her identity. But we'll get to that later. And once again, the VFX, it's not even attached to his head. It's literally just behind his head.
Another halo.
And another halo. Like, why? Again, you could have like changed, like, again, maybe you could have changed the shirt or something. Not just entirely have him shirtless, but maybe just have something else with it. Or maybe change the way the scarf looks. Or maybe give him some shoes. I don't know. You guys could have done something. Maybe change the look of his metal arm or something. Like, you guys could have done something with this. Elevate it, but no. This is probably another, like, D tier. I love you, Cass, but this is a D tier for me.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Blizzard did not learn their lesson when it came to releasing 2 Mythic hero skins in the same season because we have Magma Titan Doomfist. Guys, don't do the man dirty like this. First of all, he's just in shorts and a fucking hoodie. And that's it.
This is literally just a legendary skin, even with the effects.
Yeah. Like, cool, you can change the gauntlet. You can barely see the differences within the gauntlet itself. And once again, this skin is nothing without the VFX. Like, isn't there one of the versions where he's got like a weird spike or whatever on his shoulder that doesn't even look that good?
Yeah.
I think it's on the skin effects.
Like this gauntlet, no. And then what is this? This is literally just the first gauntlet, but smaller-ish.
Yeah, I think that one's the weapon charm or whatever from that battle pass. But like, dude, yeah, it's the one that's got like,
Yeah.
like, again, this is not good, guys. What are we doing here?
And then the colors don't make sense either.
No, they don't.
I guess blue because blue fire is hotter, but no. The green? I don't.
The green makes no fucking sense.
Also, the white should have been black still, because why are the other two black and then you just have white?
It doesn't. Yeah, the white doesn't look good on him. It does not look good on him. This is another like D tier, again, borderline F tier. Like, what are we doing here? You doing Mans so dirty like that, and I'm not even a Doomfist player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Doomfist has good skins. This is like he's just wearing a fucking hoodie, shorts, and like some Jordans or something. Like, this is not elevated to a mythic skin to me.
No. I feel like it would have been 90 times better without the hood. Like, it could. Like, yes, it would still be a hoodie, but take the hood off and then just leave it behind. I feel like it would have been better.
Or maybe just have a customization to take the hoodie off and then give him like another hairstyle or something. At least it would be something else instead of just the gauntlet that you can barely tell the difference between. Like,
Yeah. Oh boy. And then we have Celestial Guardian Mercy, because apparently Overwatch was like, oh, we saw this skin and we absolutely had to make it because the Mercy mains hated the original Mythic. No, you didn't. You didn't have to make this. You could have waited for everyone else to have a skin first. She's still an angel at the end of the day.
that's the thing. The reason why me and DY like the original Mythic Mercy skin better than this is because it did something different with her. This is something she already is. You could have just sold this skin base level like this in the shop and it would have fucking sold like madmen. But no, you change the price. You can have another fucking halo on her and then change the wings. Okay, it's cool. The wings have a couple different designs. You could have changed the staff in the last one. But no, you can just change the wings and whether she has a crown or not. This, once again, could have easily been another legendary skin, but because it's Mercy, and this is the second time they've double dipped, and proof that they will double dip is absolutely atrocious to me. Because you're gonna get characters like Lucio and Wrecking Ball and Venture and Ramatra, all of those characters that people do like, but you give them nothing because you know that this skin will sell. And I hate that on principle. I agree with DY. If you want to give these characters multiple skins, fine, but do it so that way everybody gets one before you do that. Because if you're already giving two like hero skins within a season, that means you can get through it much faster. Why would you double dip this early other than money? And I
Yeah.
hate that on principle. And what's even worse is that we see this Mercy skin more than the previous one because, as you said, all the Mercy mains complained about it. Look,
Mm-hmm.
is it a really pretty skin? Yes, it is a really pretty skin. I don't think this was necessary because she's already an angel. This is just enhancing that. At least the other one did something different.
Yeah.
This is just giving you more than what Mercy already is. And I'm just like, and again, barely any customization at all. You guys are just blindsided because this is another fucking Mercy skin. Like, and yes, I have seen online that there are some Mercy players that are like, this is egregious. The skin is pretty, but it is egregious. I want other characters to get it. But then there's other ones that just don't care. We have two friends of ours that are Mercy mains, and they love this skin to hell and back, but they well, one of them at least hates the Vengeance one. The other one likes the Vengeance one, but person two does not. Or at least, like, last time I checked, she doesn't anyway.
Yeah.
But was the skin really that bad? Because I don't think it was. DY doesn't think so. This to me just seems like a cash grab to me. Not that the mythic skins already worked, but at least back, you know, back at that point, at least they had something to prove. At this point in time, this was the first mythic skin we got in 2026. After this whole rebrand that Overwatch did at the Spotlight event in February. And it seemed we were going in the right direction, and then this shows up on our screen. We weren't watching it live, but when we came back from watching it and we discussed this, we both had the same reaction of, are you fucking kidding me right now? You are not beating the allegations of favoritism, Blizzard. or at least some of the designers. And again, we aren't blaming the designers. I would have an argument that maybe this is a corporate thing because corporate knows that these characters sell and make money, so they're making the artists constantly make skins for them, even if they look cool. But like,
Yeah.
give it to somebody else. Literally give it to anybody else because my mentality for this is every Overwatch hero is like a Pokemon. Everybody has their favorites because yes, you're gonna like your Pikachus, your Eevees, your Charizards, your Lucarios, your Mewtwo's, that kind of stuff. But then there's gonna be people that like Magikarp, not Gyarados, not Gyarados, Magikarp, or Trubbish, or Vanillish. You're gonna have, or like the fucking Key Ring or whatever that one was called. Like you're gonna have people that their favorites are a weird random pick, but that doesn't mean they don't deserve to have merch. There's literally over 1,000 Pokemon. Everyone deserves to have at least like a plushie or a t-shirt or something. Everyone
And at
deserves
least
something because everyone's favorite is a different Pokemon.
and at
Like,
least Pokemon actually actively makes plushies of 90% of the Pokemon that they make.
mm-hmm.
But with Overwatch, it's very clear who is the favorites and who sells money.
Yeah. Like,
But that's a whole nother topic for another time.
yeah, if we talk about this more, I'm gonna get more mad. Next.
Okay, we have Hop Online May. I like this skin, but in all honesty, it doesn't make sense at all for May. What do you
No.
mean? What do you mean she's a streamer?
You literally have a gamer in the form of Diva, and you've already shown that you're gonna double dip in skins. Why? And look, I'm happy that May got something because a new character. But yeah, why is she a streamer? That
She's
literally
one of
makes
the
no
most
sense
shy
for a character.
characters in this game.
Yeah, she's a scientist. She ain't gonna be hopping on Twitch. Like I don't. And once again, turning on the VFX for both the abilities and the skin, and then the only real customization you have is the hair, and that is it. Nothing else. You can't. Once again, you cannot change her actual outfit. You can't change like her headset. Maybe even changing Snowball or her stockings. No, none of that. All right, cool. Like, and again, only two of those hairstyles I feel like I see in game. It's the braid and the two pigtails. I never see the pixie cut, like ever.
This one is literally just this one, but without the ponytail.
Yeah. So you only really have two. Really two. And you only really have one good color scheme, which is the original, like the blue and the pink one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. What you couldn't even like change her glasses or something? Which I guess you can with the hairstyle, but what if you wanted the heart glasses with the side braid? You couldn't have done that? That could have been such a simple thing. To like change the glasses so you can change it with the glasses and the hair and mismatch them. That could have been something, but no. They're stuck with whatever hairstyle it is.
I've also mentioned this briefly to Luna, but I feel like the mythic skins, instead of you having to select each thing individually, I feel like there should be a random option in them so that you can have. Obviously, it would no. I mean, like instead of like one game, it looks like this, but then the next game it like looks like this or something. That's
Oh,
what I
I see.
mean.
So, oh, okay. Because I was gonna say you can randomize it in the hero gallery, but you cannot randomize it when you're about to hover over that skin in game. It has to
Yeah.
be like pre-planned. Then yeah,
I feel like that
that
would
could
be a
be.
fun little alternative because then, especially with these skins that don't have barely any customization, it would at least make it feel like there's something different happening. But
Yeah. Or maybe you can like make options for like I want this to be in rotation, but then this one not in rotation. So
yeah,
if you want to keep the effects on, then you can just change the hairstyle and then change the color. That'd be at least have it be something.
yeah,
We didn't even rank the second Mercy skin. Again, it's like
F.
on principle, it's on F. In terms of execution, it's probably like a C, maybe D. This I think is also maybe like a D, maybe
I'd
F,
say
maybe.
I'd say low C, high D. It's not quite as bad as some of them, but
No, it actually good, but again, very limited customization, which was the whole selling point of the Mythics.
mhm.
Vaulted Overdrive Soldier 76. This skin to me is too busy. There's too much going on. And it's too bulky. And once again, cyber slop in the worst way possible. Once again, ability and skin effects. And you can change the hair, alright? But that's it. You can't even change what the armor actually looks like. And 2 out of the 3 hair is not even that good looking, at least to me.
Yeah. I mean, I do personally like that they included a mask version because of the original Overwatch, but then they also have one without the mask. I do like that, but
I think the mask is the best out of the hairs to me. Like, I
yeah,
think it looks the best on him. But again, it's too bulky. It almost like his head is disproportionate to his shoulders to me. Like, this could have been an easy way to change like the different armor to at least make it a slightly different cyber theme. But no, you can't. Like, again, this doesn't bring enough to the table for me to justify this. And I know I have it, but like, again, this is just like, you know what I mean? This is like
mhm.
we I think if this was done in an earlier season, they would have given the attention that this deserves. But again, Soldier is already well, no, he's not. I was gonna say he's kind of like a cyborg, but he's not really. He doesn't have enhancements like Sojourn
He's a
does.
super he's Captain America, but not.
Essentially, like in essence, yeah. But like again, I feel like if this was in an earlier season, you would have had different versions of the armor at least. But no, you just get to change his hair and that's it. Another for me, this is a D tier because I don't like how bulky this makes him look. I when this skin came out, nobody realized it was Soldier. That's how badly of recognition this was. Like guys,
It would be great with like I feel like the gauntlets are fine. The shoulders don't need to be there.
yeah.
You could have made him look more like Bane from DC. That would have been cooler. Like
Mm,
especially
yeah.
with the little things.
Yeah, the hydraulics or whatever the hell those things are. Yeah. Again, this could have been so it's got good bones, but it's just not executed well. This is like a D for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Raw Anna. Ra as in of course in ancient Egypt and in Egyptian mythology. I like the look of the skin, but once again they are double dipping when they should not be. As we've already discussed, we like Omnic Anna. We think it looks really cool and it's a different take on her character. But like once again, the only thing you can really halo above the head once again, and you just get to change the hair, and that's it.
Yeah. And
Again,
it's
you couldn't.
once again it's young Anna. People don't want young
Yeah,
Anna skins. They want older Anna skins.
yeah. Having a badass older lady is cool. You don't have to make her young.
That's why she was so popular when she came out. She was a badass old woman.
Yeah, because you don't see that much in media, but now they're just aging her down for like no reason. Once again, looks wise, this looks cool, but again, there's nothing else to it. You couldn't even like change the wings or something behind her or anything? No? Couldn't even do that? Like,
Or at least
again,
like change the outfit.
yeah, like, and again, the halo behind their head as like, oh, there you go, there's your sparkle that you need. Guys, you can be more creative than that. Like, what the hell? Another, like, maybe I like the way that it looks, but again, the customization brings it to like another. This is maybe like a high D, low C, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
say
I'm being
mid
generous.
C because it's Egyptian and they actually gave it to an Egyptian character. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be fine with it, but again, there's barely any customizations at all, and you don't change anything but the hair.
yeah.
So it's there, but like not really.
Next we have Ascendant Phoenix Alari, which no, but also yes,
This is
because it's a brand new skin for a brand new character. That's not a redo, which is great. But there's a lot of things that can be said about this because the opening animation, it just looked like Onron's ultimate. You could have given it to Onron because her literal thing is a phoenix, but also maybe don't do that because she's a brand new character and at least Alari has been in the game for longer, but I don't know.
You could say the same thing with Junker Queen and Kiri from seasons 2 and 3 from back a couple years ago. They were added at the start of Overwatch 2 and then they got their mythic skins almost like immediately. So, you know, there's that, but clearly Onron's not getting a whole lot of well, she kind of is, but like she's not up there yet in terms of like profitability for Blizzard. But yeah, I agree. This whole concept could have just gone to Onron. And again, going back to the sun goddess thing for Anna, again, I like that it's Egyptian themed and you gave it to an actual Egyptian character, but you also could have had a similar thing with the divine desperado kind of thing for Ilari. And once again, you just get to change the cape because I'm basically not counting the VFX anymore. I'm not counting the VFX. You basically get to change her cape, and literally nothing else, and the capes don't even look that good.
Yeah.
Like, like Blizzard, what are we doing? And then what's even worse is that apparently in one of her cosmetics in the battle pass, it looks like they put her in a different lighting to make her skin look lighter, which is not great. I don't know if that's actually true, but the way that they've shaded it made it look like that, and the fact that people even have to assume that is not great. Blizzard, that's not great. The
Yeah.
fact that people are immediately jumping to that conclusion. Again, this is another.
Didn't that happen a while ago with some sprays that came out? They thought they were like shaded weird.
Yeah, yeah. I don't remember which ones, but I think I had like vague like ramblings of it. As of right now, this is the most recent mythic skin. As of us recording, we are currently 1 week into season 3 of 2026. So as of right now, this is the most recent one, and this is still not a great showing. This is another D tier for me.
Yeah.
Like, again, you could have done so much more with this concept, and yet absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And according to people, the next skin is going to be Melga, and it's going to be island themed.
At least you're kind of getting that right because he's Samoan, so he's from the Pacific Islands. But like, are you just gonna make him like into a like a Torterra or something like that? Like, how are you gonna make that work? Because you already have a skin where he's basically like magma with like rock and stuff. Is that just that? But instead of magma, it's water. Like,
I don't know.
let's see if those we'll do a report whether that ends up being the case or not by mid-season, which will be in like July or something.
Yep.
Like midish July. But yeah, another D tier. Another D tier could have been so much better, and yet not enough.
Once
But
again,
now,
I like the orange and the blue because fire, but why is there green? Why green?
also, why does the blue colorway have a lot of purple in it? Wouldn't it make more sense to have more of a blue color
Yeah.
scheme to that? Like, why is it like
And
I
I'm
like the
sorry,
red
but
with it.
this just looks like a fairy in the green form.
Yeah, with that particular like cape Yeah. Even though I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be bird wings. Now we're on to the mythic weapons. They started doing this around Ash's season, so around season 12. I hate the principle of this. I think this is another way to, obviously, because this is a free to play game and therefore it's a live service, therefore everything costs money essentially. I hate these things on principle. And you would think with, like, because this game is in first person, so you having the weapons visible makes sense. And you would be right. On that principle alone, does. But to me, the reason why these exist is so that way they don't have to make customizable weapons for the hero skins. Because they stopped doing it for Reaper onwards. They stopped doing it because these things exist. And what's even worse is that they have a little flourish animation that Blizzard promised us back when we were still hoping for Overwatch 2 in its original format. And now it's behind a paywall. You can only get that using this mythic weapon and if you bought the mythic weapon. So
Yep.
that's already bad enough of its own. And also, I just don't like the concept of mythic weapons because the whole point of getting a hero skin is seeing what the gun or the weapon looks like. The fact that you could just override it with something else that 9 times out of 10 won't fit with the skin is more distracting to me than anything else. Like if I'm seeing a Reinhardt in his poolside skin and instead of having an inflatable hammer like it normally is, you get this thing, like that's like mixing tones, but that's like my own personal thing. Again, looks wise, in theory, it looks cool, but again, the whole reason why you would get a skin originally is to see what the weapon looks like. So the fact that this negates literally anything is just like, well, that's just another thing for you guys not to do customizations on the hero skins. It's just another thing that they took away from it, making them more useless question mark or just like less relevant, I guess. So, but in terms of what the Reinhardt one here actually looks like, it looks metal as hell. Like again, it's really cool looking, but again, like I hate these things on principle. But that's just me with my taste. But the actual design wise of this hammer, which almost looks like an axe, it does look really cool. And I'm not gonna deny that.
Plus, if we're going based on Overwatch, there have already been weapon skins in the game for certain skins. They could have just been regular weapon skins instead of making them mythic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the reason why these things are mythic is because of the different levels you can get with them. True, you can't customize what the weapon looks like because that's too much, but there is a reactivity, so it will glow for like if you use it enough times or whatever. You then get the flourish, as previously mentioned, that you can only get if you buy the skin, and you can only use it if you have the skin equipped, by the way. And then lastly, all of the weapon skins have a kill effect that only you can see. I think maybe your teammates can, but it's still, you know. And again, it looks really cool. It's metal as hell, but once again, like it's like DY said, you could have easily just made other weapon skins because if you go back to the hero gallery for Reinhardt, he already has one. And they never really did this again. They did the Heartlight one, which was Reinhardt, Mercy, and Reaper, and then they did a separate one for Junkrat and Soldier 76, and they never brought it again because apparently they didn't sell well because surprise, surprise. Of course they wouldn't, but since they're mythics and they have more bells and whistles, they sell like hotcakes.
Mm-hmm. Whatever, Overwatch.
Once again, I would
Personally,
not
I
be
like the
surprised.
concept of them because every hero shooter has weapon skins, but it's all personal preference. It's exactly the same as the other mythics, really.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
only own one mythic weapon, and we'll go over that when we get to it eventually. But
Mm-hmm.
it's because of nostalgic reasons.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't blame DY for getting that particular mythic weapon. And I don't blame anybody for getting the mythic weapons at all. Again, it is how you want to spend your money, and we're not going to hate you for it. And DY is right. In other first person shooters, you have gun skins all the time. Valorant, COD, some versions of like Fortnite and stuff. Like they do exist in other games. And that is true. But again, the fact that Overwatch doesn't do them very often, and when they did, they either didn't sell well, or they're just like, oh, it's probably because it didn't sell well, and they're like, let's see if we can like work this out differently, and then they made them mythic. So it's like,
Unneeded.
yeah. But again, it is all personal preference. If you don't like the particular skin, skin for that season, maybe you would like the mythic weapon. But once again, there's not nearly enough mythic weapons as there is skins for the heroes. But the only reason why I'm like extra hesitant with it is because so far they're only giving mythic weapons to characters who already have mythic skins. Once again, they are not branching out. This once again could have been an opportunity to expand the roster to elevate that, but no, they're only just dipping into characters who already have mythic skins. So it just feels extra egregious for certain characters.
Yeah.
Especially with like the benefit of hindsight. It's like, all right, Blizzard, we get it. Like, can we chill out, please? Like,
Mm-hmm.
next was Anna's Midnight Sun.
No correlation to the song by Zara Larsson.
Yeah, no correlation. This came out before then. Once again, this looks cool, and it's more in theme with Anna. But once again, again, this is my own personal preference. I hate it on principle, but it does look cool. I will admit that it does look cool. The
Mm-hmm.
Reinhardt one, to me, while looking really like metal, it didn't really fit Reinhardt. This I can feel more like this belongs with Ana, to me.
Yeah.
Like, so we have the regular weapon skin, we have the reactivity, and I do like that it shows the different ones depending on if you're healing or if you're doing damage. They have a little reactive thing around where your ultimate would be displayed on your screen, and again, they change color depending if you're healing or doing damage. Your flourish is a fucking fidget spinner with your sleep dart, which I've seen people use way too many times, which I will admit is very funny.
And the kill effect is just a sword.
It's just a sword. I've never seen anybody with that kill effect, but I also can't remember if it's only for you that has that effect or if it's for the whole team. I cannot remember. But it's just a sword.
Which doesn't make sense with the sun theme, but whatever.
You could have had like a sun explosion or something, but whatever.
Next up, we have Soldier 76 Mythic Weapon Skin. Like stated earlier, this is the only mythic weapon for a character that I own because it's Soldier. And if you had watched the Overwatch episode, you would know that he was my very first ever played character. So that's why I bought this mythic weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of in the ballpark with Luna in saying that they don't make sense a lot of the times. And they're
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah. This to me just doesn't scream soldier. It looks cool, once again, but it does not fit soldier, like in the slightest. Like,
Mhm.
but I feel like you have more basis to talk about it because you actually own it. So, yeah, go
I
ahead.
bought it just because, well, one, he's my original played character, but also I just I just think it's not. It looks cool. That's pretty much the only reason. But the effects, the gun changes as you kill people, which is cool in concept. And then for the flourish, the souls that are trapped inside after you kill everyone just spin around like a fidget spinner once again. And then
they look more like that desk toy or whatever, where there's like multiple marbles, and then you swing one end, and then it like balances off on both ends. That's what it reminds me of, almost.
And then the kill effect is just a spiral of smoke thing. I don't know. I bought it because nostalgia. That's pretty much the main reason. I'll let you talk about your thoughts on it.
Other than the fact that it looks cool, I do not think it fits Soldier in any way. Because like where in any part in Soldier gives off like the holder of souls in like a demon world. Like to me that doesn't radiate well, I guess. Like, I don't know, this feels like this would be for a different character, but that different character doesn't exist yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I
I'm not
can
gonna
see
lie,
that.
and also the demon's face kind of creeps me out, but not enough for me to be like I'm scared of it. But it's definitely like
you can't really see it though when you're using the gun.
Yeah. Next is lead Rose Ash's weapon skin. Lead. I guess because guns. Yeah. Um. Again, cool in theory. Why is it rose themed? Ash has never been involved with this kind of motif, like, at all. Once again, this feels like this belongs for a different. Like, I can imagine, like, again, a different character probably would get this. You know what I mean? Again, like I'm not going to deny that these things aren't cool looking, but once again, they made these so that way there was no customization for the weapons in the hero skins. So it's like, it's like,
Yeah.
let's go over some of the levels though, because again, this is maybe the only one in recent years that I maybe thought about because Moira currently doesn't have a mythic weapon. But once again, how could you change her nails and like her hands? You can't really change that all too well. You can't really do that, and I don't know how they would change that. And because Ash has been becoming my most played DPS hero, and Bob gets nothing. Bob gets nothing.
It's just Bob.
But like this is the only one that's come close to it, but again, like it's not it's almost tempted me, but like not close enough. You know? Reactivity, once again, you get a little thing in the bottom of your screen for where your ultimate would be, and the thing blooms and it spreads like thorns throughout each one. Your flourish is you throw a flower at somebody, and yes, you can twirl that flower like more than a few seconds before throwing it to the ground. Which again, fun in theory, but again, like you couldn't have like made her use like her coach gun or something, maybe like her bullets or something. It had to be like a random. I know I'm being nitpicky, but like I don't know. Instead of just having a rose, you could have like had her bullets or something, or maybe her coach gun or like something else. And the kill effect is not. It's noticeable, but it's not as noticeable as I thought. As opposed to the other ones, it's not as noticeable.
If you have ever wanted to explode into a flower, now you can.
Yeah. Oh boy, Merciful Magitech. This came out the same season as Juno's Mythic hero skin, so it's very cutesy, Doki Watch inspired. I Again, I think in theory this skin looks cool. In practice, I think this skin is really bad. I do not like the little creature at the end of it. I find it way too big and way too distracting. But again, that is me, and I do not. Mercy is not my main. Again, I don't mind the cutesiness because of the season it came from, but once again, I don't like the creature. I think it's too big, it's too distracting. It's just like it never shuts up. It's like it's more annoying than anything. It also kind of blocks my peripherals in terms of where I'm pointing the staff. It's more of a nuisance than anything, at least for me. The actual like blaster she has, it's almost like Care Bear coded in like a way, but that's not a bad thing. But it's the staff that mostly gives me problems for me at least. I also don't like the way that like it's constantly moving. Like ugh. It is cute that you get to bounce the thing, like the little creature, but again, I find it too big and it's too distracting to me because it's constantly moving. It's constantly like making sounds. The after Again, the after effects are very like Care Bears coded in like a weird way. Again, it looks cute, but I just find it too distracting. I think maybe if the creature wasn't there, then maybe it would be a little bit different, but because the creature is there, it docks points for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally don't like it at all.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Reaper's Guns, on the other hand, Steel Death. Again, I'm not a Reaper main. I'm not gonna deny these skins look cool as fuck. These things are really badass. I think they're really cool. I will not get them still. I like the look of them. They're really cool. And if you pair them with the mythic skin he has, which again, you should have been able to customize from the very beginning, but they took that away before his skin was introduced, they go together surprisingly very well if you were to pair them together.
Mhm.
And I don't know if that was intentional or if like they came up with this and they're like, let's do this instead, you know? Like I feel like if you could customize the guns on the Reaper's mythic hero skin, this would be an option you would have to me.
Yeah.
This looks sick.
Yeah.
Again,
They just
the
get
eyes,
smoky. They just get
they get
smoky.
smoky.
Nothing too special with that.
Yeah.
Flourish is just a knife that pops out the bottom
Yeah.
that you can sharpen,
Again,
and that's about it.
yeah. Again, it's not much, but I just imagine this is the equivalent of somebody twiddling their thumbs, and some Reaper mains are just doing that while they're waiting to kill in the back line. They're just like, I'm just waiting for my cue.
Yeah.
And
And then
this
once
kill
again,
effect,
you're just stealing souls from people, pretty much.
yeah, stealing souls, and then they would later use this concept for a different mythic skin or a mythic hero weapon, and you can make an argument that that one did it better than this. Like you can make an
Mhm.
argument, uh, but yeah, one of the better ones. But still, I'm just mm, like
Yeah.
it's a better showing, but not enough for me to do it.
Next is Cassidy's, which is Blazing Sunsetter. I feel like they could have if they did this, they could have done something with the stun grenade as well, but they didn't. Um,
Yeah,
it's cool in concept, but I don't know. Very Western. inspired, which is great. But
Mhm. The thing that makes this gun more like different compared to the others is that the more you use it, the more it breaks apart and it gives the illusion of a smoking barrel, which I will say it's cool, but again, 9 times out of 10 you won't really be looking at that cuz you're mostly just be killing people.
yeah,
So it's like, yeah.
in my opinion, this is one of the best flourishes just because you just throw the gun around like a crazy person.
Yeah, I do agree. This again, once again, it's like a fidget spinner on steroids.
Well, that and because a lot of Western games they do some of this on
Mm,
their their weapon. Like this could have
yeah.
been what Ash has, except like she twirls. Doesn't she have a literal highlight intro where she's just twirling a bullet over her fingers?
Yes. Yes. That's why I was saying, why didn't they just have her like twirl like a bullet or something before she like loads it in or something? Because that's literally a highlight intro she has. Instead
Yeah,
of just having a rose come out of nowhere. Like, and this is basically Reaper's kill effect, but I would make an argument done better because it looks like the dead eye symbol, which is the symbol of Cassidy's ultimate.
yeah,
And it's more prevalent because it's a darker color. But
mhm,
yeah, it's mostly everything else about this skin is cool, but again, the actual design of it, base level, looks kind of ugly, at least to me.
yeah. Next up is Kiriko,
Because you
which
know Kiriko was gonna get one. You know
yeah,
she was.
this is a
I'm
pretty
surprised they.
meh one to be honest.
Yeah, you have more say on this because you're an actual Kiriko main. But I do like the fact that at least they all have a different look to them. At least it's not just her kunais; it's all of them. I'll
Hmm.
give them credit for that. I kind of like it because it's blue, but that's just because of the color. The actual presentation of it, though, because this was the same thing. This came out the same season as the Lifeweaver's hero skin at the same time. Because then the Junkrat one came later that season, at mid-season. So it was like you either get a lackluster hero skin, or two of them if you count the Junkrat skin, or you got something Kiriko related, which people were already hating at that point. So it was
Yeah.
like, you kinda really gave me no choice, Blizzard, like.
And once again, stuff just grows at the bottom, and I
The bl
think
like,
yeah,
the
they get shinier or whatever.
yeah, they have a, like, a glowing effect to them, yeah.
This is just really boring.
You just get another, like, fidget spinner kinda deal, yeah.
I feel like it would have been nice if it was like the Ofudas like twirling around you.
Mm. I do like that it's, like, different ways she twirls it, though, like, it's between her fingers, she's had one that's spinning on the hole, there's, like, there's, like, in between her fingers, like she's a drummer.
Mhm.
It's a little bit different, but yeah, I wish they coulda done more with her papers, her little Ofuda papers, instead of just her kunais. And wow, it's just a blue fox.
Yep.
Like, again, I feel like most of the kill effects are kinda like that. I actually thought you were gonna get this when it came out, but no, you only got the soldier
Yeah.
one.
I don't know. I mean it. I like it, but I don't think. I feel like it would be too distracting,
Mhm.
especially since as you like with the soldier one. At least it's not as in your face because Kiriko actually holds the things in her face like that whenever she's just idle. And I feel like
Yeah,
as I got kills, the shininess would bother me. But like at least with Soldier, it's like halfway on the screen, like down here, so it's not as
yeah.
in my
As
face.
yeah. Yeah, I get that. This to me, again, in concept, this works. However, This to me is so fucking distracting. I get it. It's a gachapon machine. She's got little like she in her little capsule or whatever. You can get a plushie, and you do have a chance of getting a full golden like little like plush or whatever. But like this is so distracting. This does not fit any other skin that Orisa had up to that point. Maybe the most recent one that's in the shop right now. Maybe the only one, but again, that skin was designed for that like that weapon design was made for that skin. So like this extra doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Again, it looks cool, but this is so clearly like out of left field to me.
That
Like,
and the noises is just distracting.
yeah. So once again, you get a little RGB effect, and once again, you get the little thing at the bottom of the screen. The flourish, as previously mentioned, is her getting a little plushie. She has three different things. She's got the Orisa, she's got a little Pachamari, and she can squish it before she throws it away. And there is a chance to get a golden one,
Yes.
like a golden little thing.
Mhm.
So great, you can gamble while you're on the battlefield, and then you poof into stardust.
Yay.
Again, cool in theory. I don't know. I don't really think it fits Orisa all that well. Does her javelin look any different, by the way, or is it just the gun? I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I'm gonna be totally honest. It's supposed to be like a bat or something. Like I don't know. A shovel? I don't know
All I can
what
see
this
up
is.
at the top is that there's a one of the
There's a little.
things inside of it, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
Okay, cool. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Juno's Star Shooter. I I do really like this skin. Even if it's got a little creature at the end of it, like Mercy's does, but at least with this one, it's smaller and it's less in frame. And at least it plays on the fact that Juno is not from Earth. At least it plays up that fact.
Yeah.
And again, it's again very cool looking, but again, I feel like this is so distracting with all of like the kill effects and everything. Apparently the torpedoes also look different, but we'll look at that after. So yeah, you get a little starship at the end, and once again it lights up and you get more stuff at the bottom where your ultimate would be. Her
The
flourish, I think, is with
flourish
the
is just
alien.
playing with the little guy, yeah.
I don't like that it goes up to her face. If it was just like up and down in that same distance, maybe it would be fine, but I don't like that it goes up to her face.
Mm. And then the kill effect, you just abduct people.
It's one of the better ones, but again, I still wouldn't spend my money on it. Again, I think it would distract me way too much.
Yeah. And
But at least it fits her.
yeah, I would buy, like, I think I would think about buying this one, but like going back to the Orisa one real quick, I feel like the shooting noise is too distracting because that's one of the things that I don't like with the Hello Kitty collab because they changed the shooting noises and it distracts me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like having because these change the shooting effects or the shooting sounds as well, and that would
Yeah.
be it would annoy me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they change. I think they're just because
Aw.
I think they're just
Okay.
this one. Yeah.
Aw, shame. I don't know. Maybe you could have done something with the torpedoes if you wanted to. Make them little like star gems or whatever they have on them, maybe, or
Or make
something.
them flying saucers.
Yeah, or something like that. But no. One of the better ones, but still not enough to get me to buy it. Next. Lastly, we have the most current of the weapon skins is Genji's. On the surface, it looks kind of plain. But it's not until we actually get all the kill effects and stuff that it actually feels more like a mythic.
Yeah, this could have just been part of a legendary skin, and I wouldn't have known any different.
Yeah. It's
But this one
entirely.
does. This one is in theme with his original skin, though.
Mm,
The Oni skin.
yeah. Oh yeah, with one of his like Overwatch like 2016 skins, yeah. So once again, the shurikens they have like black ink, and once again you have like they come off the sword, they change colors. Again, it's based off of the mythology of like if you kill somebody with or I guess maybe not mythology, but I think it's just the imagery of like once a weapon's been tainted with blood, it never like goes away. You know, not like fully.
Yeah.
I think the shurikens is just another like fidget spinner type of thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Which is
I
funny
wow, it
because
really is.
they used to sell or at least someone used to sell a fidget spinner that was Genji's thing.
Mhm. I think the kill effect is the most distracting because it's the biggest. It is one of the biggest. Again, it looks cool, but it's too distracting.
And the growl doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I know you guys can't hear it, but there's a growl on the end of Genji's kill thing.
Yeah. It's probably the dragons. I
Sounds more like
believe we have
a tiger.
we have one more of the weapon skins thus far. Tokyo Rebel, aka Hanzo's weapon, is the current most recent. I think I said that for the Genji. I was wrong. It's this one. The fact that it doesn't even fit his mythic like hero skin. It again, it just looks it's cyber slot, but like not actually. Like it's very like tech inspired. And again, that could look cool, but like this doesn't fit Hanzo at all. Hanzo's very lone wolf, very by the books, very traditional, yet you give him a bow that's super like crazy looking with all these colors and like neon lights. It doesn't really fit his character like at all.
I think it's supposed to reflect the Neon Junction map.
Mm. But again, why is the weapon being based off of that? Shouldn't it be based off well then again, we notice that sometimes they don't reflect the hero at all with the capsule for the Orisa gun. So
Yeah.
like they'll just base it off of anything, I guess. So once again, the little hologram dragons, the little
They just
hologram
wake up.
dragon. Yeah, they just wake up. I don't know what I think the flourish is just the dragons like flowing in between. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like playing around with Hanzo.
Mhm.
And then the kill effect is just a lightning bolt, pretty much. But it's a dragon.
Yeah.
Cool in concept, but does not fit him.
Yeah. Overall, what do we think of the mythics like in concept and in theory? Because again, the whole selling point of them was the customization and then they slowly took that away and or gave us bad customization. And instead of just trying to figure out why people were angry about them or fixing them, they just gave us weapon skins and then they started doing more hero skins per season, which is already expensive as it is. And then they will allow themselves to double dip even when some characters don't even have a singular one.
Yeah.
I think it's just devolved because once again, I think in theory they wanted it to be this really big thing and then corporate was probably like, "Oh, these sell really well. Make more of them." And it's probably more of a time crunch than anything. Being like, "You got to design this so you can make us money." I'm like, That's probably what it is. I
Yeah.
wouldn't deny that some of them do take the time and effort, and again, I will admit a lot of these skins look good, even the weapon skins. But once again, I think some of them are crunch time more than anything. You
At the
know?
very
It's like
beginning, they were definitely like a staple of Overwatch 2, but they've
mhm,
definitely devolved into just slop at this point. It just feels like they're making them to make them at this point.
yeah.
Like there's no passion in them anymore.
Yeah. It almost feels like an obligation for some of them. And some of them especially to make sure they get a paycheck. In this case with the Ana and the Mercy skin especially
Hmm.
feels like paycheck. And
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Okay, if you're gonna double dip, maybe give us the skins that, like, actually don't give us customization, like the Hanzo or the Orisa skin." But no, they gave it to the cash cow that is Mercy, and people were too lame that they didn't like the Ana one because it came from,
Yeah.
like, a bad season in general.
Whatever. I feel like they need to listen to everyone's opinions, not just certain people's opinions.
Yeah. Moral of the story, capitalism sucks.
Let us know your favorite mythics. Feel free to hate on us for not liking your mythic. Although
Yeah.
please keep it civil.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. As I said, mythic have been slopified, and I don't think we're going back anytime soon. But
Yeah.
we will have to wait and see. We'll touch on if there is a mid-season mythic. We'll touch on that in our season 3 episode. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials, which will be linked down below. And until next time, this has been Dysfunctional.